Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good night. That was a great stream. Let's cancel and let's just go to bed. Welcome in, Will. Welcome in, P2. Thanks for coming on in. 10 minutes before girlfriend comes in with her dog and goes chaos in the house. Yeah, I get that. Totally get that. I've had one of our cats screaming for the past... Well, she started screaming, I should say, at about 5:45 this morning because she was starved and needed food. Raining cats and dogs here. I like that you have shortened your intro music. I try to. Raining in Toronto. Welcome in, Carlos. How you doing? Welcome on in. We are here in Oakland, California. We're doing a 737 flight from Oakland to Burbank's Bob Hope Airport. And the second flight, yeah, if all works well, we'll have a second flight this morning. And that second flight might very well be a GA aircraft flight. On my docket here with Pilot's Life, I do have a flight that's about 90 nautical miles, so I'm thinking about taking the Kodiak out for a spin on that flight. I think it'd be kind of cool. So if that's the case, let's get going in this cockpit, shall we? The boy cat slapped the dog cat yesterday, or the dog cat slapped the dog yesterday. I would love to sleep again. 8:30 at Lex, 15:30 here. Ugh. The time difference is crazy sometimes. Just to think about it, it's pretty wild to think. But it, obviously it makes sense. Unless the world's flat, like, I don't know. Some people think. I'm not naming names. I'm not saying who. I'm not judging anyone. Just, we've been to space. Alright, get the lights on here. We're expecting altitude of 330 this morning here in Oakland. We'll get the AFT on, and then APU, get that rolling. Alright, let's go over here to the tablet. We're going to go electronic flight flag, request that jazz. Then we're going to go over to the performance tool, and we're going to go runway 30 for expected departure. And we're looking at a takeoff 45 this morning. A takeoff 45. Let's go to the FMC. And we're going to get our GPS. Drop that in there. Route. Request it. Oakland. Set. 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 They make it too easy here in PMDG land. Alright, so that's loading on up. Flat, yeah. 9:30 Pacific time, or P2. P2 standard time. Wait, the Earth is round? I know, it's crazy. It's wild. It can't be possible. It has to be flat. It has to be. Logically, it's flat. It's the only sense I can make out of it. 1211 for our clearance comms. Let's get that going. And runway 30 is what we're expecting. Whoop. Now, for those wondering, no, I have not just flown the 737 for the last week. I flew the 350 the other day, because Jay Russ recommended, and then I also did the 777 on Tuesday morning, one of the two. I think it was Tuesday morning. Performance, let's request that. While we're doing that, we're going to get our clearance. Oakland clearance, good morning from Southwest 1690. We're ready for IFR clearance to Burbank.
Southwest 1690, Oakland clearance, cleared to Bob Hope. Candle 5 departure, Katina transition, Venice filed. Climb via SID, departure frequency 135.1, squawk 3243.
Cool. Sindel 5, Kinta. Clear to Bob Hope. Sindel 5 departure, Kinta transition, then is filed. Climb via the SID departure on 135.1, squawk 3243, Southwest 1690. Okay, 330 on the altitude.
Departure frequency 135.1.
Oh, that's the only thing I did wrong. That's pretty good. Departure 135.1, Southwest 1691.
Southwest 1690, read back correct. Contact
All right.
ground 121.75.
Takeoff
Push or start.
45. And over to ground 121.75, Southwest 1690. Have a great morning. Alright, got that all set in there. Flaps are going to be 5. Trim is 542. 542. Maddie, welcome in. 542. And about there. Beautiful, grand. And we're going to go departure via the Sindel 5. And Katina? I don't know how to pronounce that properly. Arrival is going to be runway 8. We're going to go Yankee, because it seems like BeyondATC really likes Yankee. Roker 3, Red Hot, arrival. Our transition. Okay, that's all grand. Let's go up here to the top, and APU is connected and on. Yaw damper is set as well. Hydraulic pumps are on. Oakland ground, very good morning from Southwest 1690. We are ready for pushback and engine start.
Southwest 1690, Oakland ground, pushback and engine start approved. Face southeast.
Pushback and engine start approved. We're going to face southeast for Southwest 1690. Alright, so let's go ahead and get that rolling as well. Southeast is that way. So there is some kind of fake news going around. Well, I wouldn't say fake news, but incorrect news. It was posted on Reddit. I looked at it this morning, and it was a email with PMDG support. And in that email, the customer service rep said that PMDG was discontinuing support or removing support for GSX with its planes. And that was not fully correct. So there was an update in the PMDG form, apparently. And in the form, I don't remember who it was. Someone said something about how it's not entirely true. They're not discontinuing support for GSX. That they are discontinuing support for doors with GSX. Which means, if you have a door plug issue in the MAX, you might have a problem. You might have a problem. Coming to you from Puerto Rico in the Caribbean. All right. I heard C. Columbus fell off. That's pretty good. All right. Engine number 2 is good. Let's go engine number 1 next. Generators on for engine number 2. And engine number 1's N2's coming on up. Weather here in Oakland, 9, wind 14 in Burbank. So not too bad. Broken clouds at 14, so low visibility. And let's get, a little too far back. Alright, good go. Oakland ground, Southwest 1690, request taxi to the active.
Southwest 1690, runway 30 taxi via Tango. Uniform, Whiskey, Whiskey 2.
Runway 30 via Tango, Uniform, Whiskey, Whiskey 2, Southwest 1690. The only flaw I find with flying with BeyondATC in the mornings like this, the early mornings on the West Coast, is that there isn't a whole lot of traffic. But that might be, at some point, adjusted when they do their next flight data update. I don't know if that's going to solve the problem or not. Potentially. Alright, let's give it some throttle here. Alaska air door plugs. I should fly Alaska. Yeah, you always have great weather. I know. Recently. But I've been doing a lot of stuff here. Welcome in. Forza, sorry. A lot of flights on the west side recently, it seems like, with Southwest. So again, technically the next flight is a Southwest flight, but you know, like I said way back when I joined, shouldn't say way back, last week when I joined Southwest, that I was still gonna fly whatever plane I wanted to. I just picked Southwest because the routes are a lot more interesting to me. And surprisingly, I was looking at the leaderboard with Southwest, and I thought I had more flights with Southwest before with the pilot's life, but apparently not. Like, I'm really low. I'm like in the 300s. I think this is like my 30th flight with Southwest, period. So that's rather interesting. Flaps, let's get those set. Alright, flaps are coming down. Now I have not tried, this is F-22. This is an F-22.
Contact Oakland Tower 127.2.
Taxiing like an F-22. Over to Tower 127.2, Southwest 1690. Thank you, see ya. Whiskey 2, which is the first one here. Oakland Tower, good morning from Southwest 1690, holding short runway 30, ready to go. It seems like Oakland always departs and arrives on runway 30, at least with BeyondATC.
1690 Oakland Tower, wind 240 at Niner, fly heading 300, runway 30, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 30, cleared for takeoff, Southwest 1690. Alright, heading 300.
No, Southwest 1690 cleared for takeoff, runway 30.
That's what I said. Clear for takeoff, runway 30, Southwest 1690. It's a struggle bus today. Am I speaking too fast? Alright. Auto throttle is armed, checked. Flaps set, checked. Anti-skid checked and set. Lights are set and checked as well. Bring up those throttles. 2-box 60%. Throttles set. Toga set. 30 on departure. Climbing via the SID. So I have 330 for the flight. Oh, that's really cool seeing downtown Oakland there. That is really cool. Actually, is that San... What is that? That's not Oakland. Is that San Francisco? Alright, a little bit of crosswind here from the left. Rotating. Steady it. Gear going up. Hold it. A little bit of rudder, a little bit of aileron. Good deal. Alright, LNAV, VNAV are on. I know it said hunt runway, sorry, heading 300, but that's about on course.
1690, contact NorCal control.
Over to control 135.1, Southwest 1690. See ya. Alright, we got our speed restriction, so it's bringing us down with the speed.
Southwest 1690, 1,400 feet.
And then we're going to pick up that speed.
NorCal control, radar contact, cleared directly J. Resume the candle 5, climb and maintain 17,000.
Oh, it's candle. I said, what was I saying, Sindel?
Clear directly J.
Alright, flaps coming up.
5. Climb and maintain 17,000.
Candle 5. What was
1690.
I say saying Sindel, right? Bunch of idiots here. Alright, trimming down just a little bit. Oh, we're supposed to be at 2,000, but that's alright. I didn't know there's an altitude restriction. Alright, flaps are up. And we'll bring this up to 10,000, then we'll throw on the AP on this departure. Bring up some trim. So I learned something that I forgot. I learned what I forgot. So on the last stream I was talking about with this technique of getting the PMDG to load at the gate without having any WASM crashes, you have to disable the walk around. I forgot that with, I think with Sim Update 2, they added in a keybind that essentially it's called quick, what's it called? Quick pre-flight, I think it is. And either way, anyways, what that keybind does is it removes all the external components. So chocks and pitot tubes and that kind of stuff. It removes all of it on the external. Which means, in theory, the 408 will work just fine. Actually, maybe I'll do that on the next flight. We'll do the 408. Which means the Sky Carrier and every other aircraft that has external components during pre-flight, so like the MAX, the 737 MAX from Asobo, if you do that key, set a keybind, and then hit it, it will remove all that stuff, and then it should work just fine without the walk around. which I personally, I didn't care for the walk around. I don't use it enough. I don't, yeah, it's a cool thing. I think it's a nice thing, and for people who do multiplayer stuff, I think it's really, really cool. But I don't do multiplayer stuff, at least right now I don't, and I probably won't in the future. And every time I was starting the flight, I just, you know, hit my keybind to get out of free, what's it called? Walk around mode. So for me, it wasn't really beneficial. But again, I think it's a cool feature, and I think a lot of people will take advantage of it and use it, or do use it. Our AP is on. I just personally don't use it very much. Alright, we have a speed restriction here at 10,000. Let's see, Lex, you should do a cross Canada flight series from St. John's, Newfoundland. Oh, that would be interesting. P2, what would be a recommended plane? What do you think would be a recommended plane for that? What add-on are you using to communicate, and where can I get it? I'm learning how to communicate, and I'm a bit intimidated because I don't want to sound like an idiot. Yeah, it's BeyondATC, Carlos. BeyondATC, and it's at beyondatc.net. It's a one-time purchase. You can buy it for $30, and it comes with, like, I don't remember. It comes with like 10,000 or 20,000 credits or something like that for premium voices. So the voices you're hearing, the one that's the co-pilot, the first officer, those are free credits. Okay, so that's a free voice. The ATC voices they're premium characters, and those you can switch to free if you want to. It's just you don't have as many voices, and they don't sound as natural as the premium. I personally spend well, I bought the big pack last time, so I spend about $10 a month and get the premium voices, and that gets me, you know, like I said, that gets me through the month, and it works out really, really well. And I do at least a flight a day, sometimes two, just depends on the day and what I have going on. But so that's a lot of flights. I'm not gonna do the math, but probably 45 to 50 flights a month I do in the sim. But most of mine are short hops like this. You know, this is 283 nautical miles, you know, rounded up to like 300 probably. A320 319 CRJ. Wish we had a Q4. Yeah. Welcome in, Rob Film. Welcome on in. Okay, so Will, I need to do some more research on FSFO. I need to do more research on that because I was watching a few videos, and one of the videos, the voices were robotic, very robotic. It reminded me of what's it called? Pilot to ATC. You know, it reminded me of the default like synthetic AI voices within Windows itself. So is there like better voices, or is it like BeyondATC where there's like premium voices? All right, we're passing 10,000 it looks like, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more up, get up to the 100 mark, then I'll turn off the autopilot. I mean the landing lights. Very same intentions. No SI here. No SI here. One, because I'm not interested. Two, because I got AP on still. Two, because I can't use it. I am restricted from using it. Sorry if I asked a dumb question, but no, there's no dumb questions here. But I'm a player MSFS 2024, and I have 180 hours in the sim. That only one experience in flying for me. Is the 737 MAX default one I have a problem? I don't see the FMC, the top. So, Rob Film, so the Asobo Max is, it's definitely the best plane, the most high fidelity plane that Asobo has done, but it does have limited features. And the top descent, it should be in there though. P2, we'll see when you get back. It should have top descent, because I think I remember seeing top descent in my flights. I'm trying to think of why you wouldn't have top of descent. So one thing to look at is what is your, did you put in your the hell do you see it on this one?
Southwest 1690, contact Oakland Center 119.475.
Cruise, oh, clear climb. Is your,
Center
what
on
is your cruise
119
altitude? Is it actually set
475,
correctly? So is this cruise
1690.
matching what you have for your cruise up here? That shouldn't matter because you can see I still have it here. It just would move
Good morning.
the top of climb. Top of descent should always show. And I know the,
Southwest 1690 Oakland Center. Good morning. Climb and maintain.
I know
flight level
the Max
350.
has vertical vertical nav.
Maintain flight level 350 Southwest 1690.
Oh, 350. Whoops. Did I check my thing here? I'm an idiot. I didn't even look at this. You Rob what was it? Rob Film. You fixed my problem here. I didn't even have it. So there's an example that it should show either way. Actually, now it disappeared. No, there's back. Okay. So yeah, it should show that either way. The only thing I can think of is if you don't have your departure set up properly. So if you didn't set up your arrival stuff, it might not show. But it should show. It still should show for the arriving airport. But if you didn't put in your arrivals, that might be it. Outside that, it might just be a limitation on the Max. The Asobo Max, at least. Standard voices, but at my end, it's not robotic. Okay. I was watching a video last night, and not last night, on Tuesday. Or maybe it was after the stream. I think it was after the stream on Monday. And the voices sounded robotic. And then I watched a couple other ones that were fine. Yeah, well, I need to do a little bit more research, I think, because I want to make sure I'm not going to waste 20 bucks if I'm actually going to use it. So, to be clear, we can turn off the autopilot, or sorry, the co-pilot from doing the switches. And can we have the co-pilot do like call-outs? Are you able to confirm that for me? Yeah, Same Intentions is sponsoring a lot of YouTubers. They certainly are. They're trying to capture some market. And hey, you know, whatever. Let them do what they want to do. Ultimately, the consumers will decide what the best product is, right? For them. Because each one is individual. Some people absolutely love Say Intentions, because as of right now, Say Intentions is the only one that offers VFR flying. Once VFR comes to BeyondATC, maybe people will switch over to that. Maybe traffic's going to be something amazing with Say Intentions. I'm happy with the traffic with BeyondATC. Some people are happy paying a monthly subscription. You know, some people aren't. So, like, yeah, let them do what they want to do. That's cool. You know, ultimately, again, I think, the average, pun intended, Joe, won't, will fly what they want to fly and use what they want to use. I've said it here, I try using GSX, every few months, or every, 6 months probably. And I think it's a cool piece of software. I think it's amazing. I just don't take advantage of it, so I don't need it to use any resources. But I know people who use it and absolutely love it. And I feel the same way with the AI, with the ATC stuff. Each one is going to be unique. I personally prefer BeyondATC. If I'm ever going to recommend one out, it's always going to be BeyondATC. Because you can't go wrong for a one-time purchase. You can't. $30 one-time purchase to have ATC that is this good is a steal. And if you really want to pay a monthly subscription, you can certainly, give SI an opportunity. It's a $20 purchase for a month. Give it a shot. If you don't like it, that's $20. But you only have You only have it for the 1 month. Whereas even look at me with FSO. What's it called? FSFO. I'm contemplating if the $20 is worth spending, and that's for lifetime. Well, in theory, nothing's lifetime anymore with software. Let's see what do we got here. In your multi-function monitor, do you see top of descent? Here? Yeah. Right here. Top of descent. And then we got decel. I don't think decel is in... Well, yeah, I think decel's in the max, on the Asobo max. Rob Film, my recommendation is... I don't know if you're on PC or on Xbox, but I would recommend when the iFly Max comes out, if you're on PC, to jump over to that. It's a superior product to the Asobo Max. The Asobo Max, again, for being a free product, is really, really good, but it has a lot of limitations, and it isn't quite on par with you know, like this plane here, the 737 Max. Or this is not this is not Max, the PMDG 737. Looks like a bag of money, huh? Maybe I missed something. I missed top of descent flying on autopilot. I need to do it manually. That's interesting. Do you fly on carrier mode? What is carrier mode? Yeah, I don't know what carrier mode is. Rob Film. Carrier mode. Is that in the system here? No, that's not in here. I'm not sure what that is. I didn't have a good opinion of Say Intentions after using the trial, sticking with BeyondATC. Yep, P2, I'm with you. See, I knew it was going to happen there. All trying to get me to, you know, go on another rant. I'm not doing that. I've changed the book. The pages have flipped in the book. The ranting is done. The only ranting you'll hear from me... I don't know, I got nothing. I'm in a happy place. I've made peace with everything. Alright, so we're getting close to 350. We're expecting runway... Oh, we got IFR conditions in Bob Hope. We're currently expecting the Yankee 8 ILS. Let's take a look at our charts here, shall we? Electronic flight bag, and we click on this dude. And we're going to go to departure. I don't really need this, but standard departure. What was this called again? I was saying Sindel. Candle. It's supposed to be a candle. Alright, the candle. Can't click it. The candle departure, which is what we're on now. We're just passing it, so that was a waste of time. Alright, so the arrival we're expecting is Rocker. It's probably Rocker. Rocker 3. Rocker 3. The approach is Yankee 8. And then airport information. Let's grab that. Alright, so let's go to pinned. And so for our arrival, we'll be coming via the red hot. So we're going to be coming in this direction here. We are going to have to go up north, to east. So east will be landing this runway here. Okay. Runway Yankee 8 here is the arrival. And then our terminal is on the... I'm kind of guessing right now. I'm thinking about Bob Hope. Terminal, I think, is here on the left of us. Let's see if I was right. Runway 8 arrival. Terminal... I was way off. Terminal's on the left. Alright, I said right, yeah. Terminal's on the right. I was thinking over here. I was meaning left. I'm not cheating. Okay, so upon landing, if we stick with runway 8, we just take it to the end here and swing back around. Why am I thinking... I'm really confusing this airport right now with Santa Barbara. Isn't Santa Barbara like set up the same way? Like almost the exact same way? I'm really confused. Really, really confused. Alright, so that means if... I'm going to put in our ILS information now. 1095. 1095 for the arrival. 1095. I'm using my Stream Deck for that. And then 1075 for the minimums. This will be pretty close even if they do a runway change, so I'm not too concerned about this one either. 1075. Alright, 1075 checked and set.
Pack Coast 4F Mike. Contact
Top
Oakland
descent
Center,
is right there on the
1229
arrival.
Have a good one.
We can go down as low as 6,000. So we'll put the altitude at 6,000. Oh, actually, hold on. Alright, it's 11 and off at 3.5. Okay, cool. We did a little early. 6,000 for the altitude. We're steady at 350, right? Right. Alright, cool. All is good. Be cruising for about 13 minutes here at 350, and then we'll start our top descent. Just don't say bad or crying. Brian will ban you. Oakland Blimps, have you seen the new Starship from... I did see that, Will. It does look interesting. Sorry, career mode. Oh, no. I'm using a pilot's life. So pilot's life is another add-on, a career mode. It has real-world flights, real-world airlines, and it's like $35 or something like that, but it's a good purchase. Again, only on PC. Only on PC. I don't remember if I asked if you're on Xbox or a PC yet, but yeah, only on PC. Yeah, the Starship looks really interesting. I don't know if I'll buy a day one purchase of that, but Black Square does some really cool stuff, for sure. The interesting 15-knot crosswind. Does the Starship have VNAV? That's interesting. I don't know anything about the Starship. Let's see what we can find, shall we? We have a few moments. Let's change my screens. Alright, so, just flight. So there's the crazy looking Starship. Looks pretty wild. Coming soon. Technically advanced aircraft simulations for flight sim. Over 230 possible failures, including new turbine engine failures. One of a kind AMS 850 avionics suite. Is it coming for 24 as well? I'd assume it would have VNAV capability. It seems like a pretty advanced plane. 845-page manual. Good lord. 62 in-game checklists. Was created in partnership between, with real Starship owners. Interesting. Looks like a freaking actual Starship. It's got weather radar. I think that's weather radar. Terrain and weather radar. Yeah, it's from Black Square, so it's gonna be a good aircraft. There's no doubt about it. What's the speed? How fast can this thing go? 250. That's pretty fast. I'll give it a look. Again, I don't know if I'll buy it day one, but it's a wild looking plane. 2024 and 2020 compatibility. Look at those turbine engines. Good lord, I wonder what this sounds like. I know I can watch the video, but I'm not going to. What is, oh, you can change. Oh, that's interesting. This looks like it's gonna be super complex. So, how many passengers does it hold? Doesn't look like it's a big cabin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 passengers? It looks interesting. What is the add-on name? What now? What is the add-on? The name of the... I didn't hear properly, which costs 70. Were you talking about iFly? There's the iFly 737 Max. It's not available for 24 yet, but it is in 2020, and that's like $70. I also talked about APL, which is the career mode I use, a Pilot's Life Chapter 2. That's like $35 US. These are all US dollars. BeyondATC is $30. I think those are the ones I talked about, right? Flight Sim First Officer, that's $20 per aircraft type, which is where my question mark still stands if I'm going to do that or not. P2, the E-Jet, it's coming, man. The VNAV is coming. So they put in their Discord not too long ago that, and that's the news I forgot to put in the video I made the other day. Stupid me. They put in a Discord that they're accepting beta, or they opened up the doors for beta testers. So I did apply, and hopefully I get in. I'm sure it's going to be an NDA, so I can't show anything off, or talk about it. But I fly the heck out of that plane, and I should like find a way to reach out to them directly, because that's one I would do. I won't do like sponsored videos or anything like that. I already bought it, so it's not like I'm getting anything for free. But I would love to work closer with them, because I absolutely love the E-Jet. I have a lot of passion for that plane. And while it doesn't have VNAV, it is still a super fun plane, P2. It really, really is. Even with its little issues it still has, it's a really fun plane. It's one of the best purchases I could have bought. Honestly, I don't regret it at all. Zero regrets with that plane. Initially, after my first like 15 or so flights, I started having a little bit of a regret because of the performance hit it was doing. But every update, they kind of slowly improved it. And here in 2024, there's like virtually no performance issues. No sim rate. Nope. I like to do real time. Expect the Roker 3 runway 8, Southwest 1690. I barely fly GA, but I will consider buying such an advanced aircraft. The P180, yeah. I can't wait for the A220, yeah, the Q400, and the Neos for some quarter. Air Canada, oh yeah, for sure. We've talked about it before, that 220 I'm super excited for. Really, really excited for. The Q40 would be great. The, what was the Dash? There was that Dash that came out, it was a combination between SWS and another company. And I was super excited about that, but it's such a crappy plane. I didn't buy it, but I watched people. This is way back when Flying Fabio was still doing stuff. And so he was like, early access user of it. And I watched him fly, and I'm like, ooh, this is rough. And he even said, this is pretty rough. And he talked pretty positive about pretty much everything. iFly. No, this is real-time flying. Yeah, yep. No, I don't like doing sim rate personally. I understand why people do it. If you're gonna do a 900 nautical mile flight, it's a long time. But I like to do short hops, and that's why I do real time. And then number 2, I like to do real time weather and time. The only times I might change that is if, like in IRL, I'm flying at night because I get off work and it's nighttime, and I kind of want to fly during the day, see what's going on. Then I'll switch over to that. I'll go from married to divorced to married again before they be now.
124.15, Southwest 1690. Have a good one.
Oh, P2, that was good.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 1690.
That was fantastic.
Good morning. Flight level 350.
It really was fantastic. I want to buy it, but I won't buy an incomplete airplane. I understand. I totally understand. I totally get it.
Southwest 1690, descend via rocketry arrival, Bob Hope Airport, landing runway 8.
All right, so we got our clearance for our top of descent, and that's coming up. So we're gonna let our plane just kind of do its thing still, and then we'll be swinging over to the left here for the arrival of runway 8. Southwest
1690.
if you want to plan your Cross the Canada series, DM me on Discord or IG if you prefer. Oh yeah, P2 for sure. P2, I don't know if you saw, there's the Discord link in there now, but there was I made a Discord a long time ago, I just never really used it. I still don't use it. Now I just have it linked when I go live, I guess. But yeah, let's plan that. I'll make a thread in there, or what's it called? A channel? I'll make a channel. I have one for suggestions, but I'll make a channel for like a series. And if Southwest, if SWS releases the P12NG, it's a day one buy for me. Yeah, they are working on it. They had their recent update that showed the screenshots and whatnot, and they are working on the NG. You always use sim rate yeah, Barry. When I was using career mode for sure, especially the early days when you had only the 172. Oh my gosh. Like, you know, you have a life, you have to go to work and whatnot, or whatever you have going on in life. Like, you can't sit there and fly a 172 for 8 hours a day. I was thinking of something this morning. And that is, if let's say tomorrow I won the lottery, and it's enough money to where I could live off of for the rest of my life, you know, my wife and I. What would I do? And anyone who knows me enough knows that I don't have a very expensive life. This is my life. I flight sim, and I go to work. That's my life, you know. And of course my wife, you know, don't forget my wife. But we both have very small lives, in all honesty. You know, she loves her D&D, I love my flight sim. We have our weekly date night, and then we occasionally do, you know, outside activities, but we have a pretty inclusive life. And I had thought about it really hard, actually. It was one of those, you know, when you're in the shower, you know, shower thoughts. And if I had enough to retire, you know, because of lottery, whatever it be, that I would do streaming still. I would do it more than I do now, because I'd have more time. You know, pay off debt and all that jazz. But, like, I would do this. And then I would still, obviously, you know, the channel would still be monetized. And I'd still have the what's it called, the membership thing, but it wouldn't be for me. All the money would go towards, I would find, I would rotate it every month. I would go to a different charity, you know. And for me, personally, it would start with like cancer charities, and then it would go to like nonprofits, charities that help with, you know, issues that I've been going through. It'd go with stuff like that, and then I'd get like community feedback. But I'd stream like couple days a week, you know, a couple hours, and all that money would go right back to those charities. I think it'd be such a great thing. And of course, I'd do something like, I'd give, you know, for every $1 I'd give, you know, whatever, give 50 cents or something. You know, I'd figure out financially how to make it all work out, so I'm not losing a bunch of money either. You know, not that I'm gonna die a billionaire, but, you know, so I could survive, if, you know, plan out life, how long it would be, whatever my expenses are, make it work like that. But that was my shower thought. You made a comment before about you are not career mode, but you play on some paid mode. Oh yeah, so that's a pilot's life. That is, let me bring it up here. That is this here. That's a pilot's life chapter 2. So this is the career mode add-on for flight sim. So you can see here, with a pilot's life, this is Southwest 1690. This is my aircraft, and then we have our departure and arrival airports. You can see where we are in the charts. You can see our altitude and all that jazz. Once the flight's done, we'll get graded on it. That goes into the logbook. And it took a long time there. I did a lot of flights so far. And then it goes in your logbook. You're rated. I don't know if this part will show up. Yeah, this part won't show up on the thing, but you're rated on your flights, and then you also have a schedule that you generate, right? And then you can apply for other airlines, but you have to meet the criteria. I can't right now because I just started Southwest a couple days ago. But you can fly, and these are all real-world airlines that have all the real-world routes in there. So yeah, this is one of the best purchases I've ever made. You can see here on my dashboard, I have 830 hours since I've been using a pilot's life, which I bought, I don't know, 2 years ago, over 2 years ago now. And then 911 flights, 911. And so I'm almost a captain level 3, currently a captain level 2. And here's my current week. I got 7 flights done since Monday morning, 6.5 hours. And I'm currently a 99.1. I'm a 99 captain. I'm a damn good captain. Yeah, I just also want to point this out. I don't know if you saw this here, but look at these. Ever since I've been flying the 737, disregard this one. Ever since I've been flying the 737, look at all these hundreds. And then I switch over to the 777 one day there, and just total trash. I am a Boeing pilot. Now, to be fair, I got like a crap load of hundreds with the 319 as well. So yes, that's the career mode. They are working on it. Wow, it's one of my oh yeah, for the NG, yes, yep. Just joined the Discord. Life has meaning now. If I win the lottery, I'll sell my house. The market has tanked, and I need 100K to get close. Jeez. And to move to with my girlfriend and her son and pets and start a farm. Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like I'd find a house. I wouldn't want to spend more than $500,000 on a house. But I'd find a house kind of like away from like the city, because in all honesty, we'd almost never leave the house. We'd live there. My wife would want to get a horse probably. But like, you know, we'd have like everything delivered, groceries delivered, whatever, stuff delivered. Not a big place. I don't want a big yard or anything, because I don't want to do a bunch of yard work. That's just, I'm not hiring people for that. I'm too cheap. See you guys online, give me a nudge and send me a invite so I can fly with you. Thanks for the info. Really enjoy the chat. Very interesting. I'll be back. Carlos, thanks for coming in. We have the Discord if you're interested. Feel free to join on. Will, thanks for the 5 gifted subscriptions. Or memberships. I keep screwing that up. My girlfriend wants to open a no-kill shelter for pets. Oh, that'd be awesome. We'll probably invest if I get the lottery and have leftover. That'd be so awesome. Irishman, welcome in. Don't even get me started on that. The last part of my flight was a disaster. Oh no! So the Irishman had his first flight with a pilot's life yesterday. And apparently, it didn't go so well. Rob, you need a link for a pilot's life? Yeah, let me see. Pilot's life. I'm gonna send you a link directly to their site. I think you can get it through Just Flight. I think that's where I got it, but okay, so there you are, Rob. Will, again, thanks for the gifted subscription. And let's see, where am I missing? You think you're gonna buy EPO? Sorry, I'm behind on chat here. Try the DA50 on the Shark. Ooh, I heard about the Shark. Does it punish you for hard? It does. If you're over like 2, or is it? I think it's over 300. I think if you're over minus 300, you'll get docked points. I think. So, welcome in all the Lex co-pilot, courtesy of Will. We got Flex, Ben, Windy, Windy Aviation, and Oscar. Windy Aviation has some good stuff on, he has a YouTube channel, go check his out. And Marcelo as well. Welcoming into the Lex co-pilot, courtesy of Will. Let's see. Irishman says, I was good about 3/4 the way through, but the AP screwed me on descent and approach. Oh no. What'd you fly, Irishman? Did you do the Phoenix? 319 or 320? Alright, we do have a disco here. I'm going to go ahead and connect that disco, because we should be fine. That's good.
Southwest
We can see our top
1690,
descent's looking really good
contact
still.
Los Angeles
6,000 at that point,
135.5.
which is where we're supposed to be. Clear that
Contact
out.
Los
Standard
Angeles
pressure.
Center, 135.5,
Altimeter
Southwest
2984.
1690.
I'm seeing 299.2 as of right now.
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 1690, descending via rocketry, 17,000
Yeah, Windy is
300
awesome.
feet.
I don't know if Windy's in the chat today, but
Southwest 1690,
Windy
Los
Aviation.
Angeles Center, roger.
the 320. All right, yeah. So, what happened? The AP screwed me on descent and approach. Too high or what? Sometimes I've noticed the Phoenix will do that. So I kind of keep a really tight eye on the charts. I don't know if you have Navigraph or if you you can use the InSim charts as well, but I should I'm trying to think of what I need Navigraph for. SimBrief is free. The Navigraph, the nav data, maybe the nav data, I suppose. And you can't just buy the nav data anymore. You have to have it's all integrated with the charts. Oh, still trying to figure out the AP panel. I should try going cold turkey with Navigraph and just use the Asobo stuff. The LiDAR, or not LiDAR, the Lido.
Los Angeles Center. Radar contact. Climb maintain flight level 270.
I should try that. Kind of see, because I think my membership... I mean, I'm curious now, I want to check. I think my membership to Navigraph ends in like August or something. Let's see, Navigraph. Payment successful September. Okay, so I have a few months. September 17th. I might try it. I might try going. I know Kip, he uses, I don't know if he even has a subscription anymore to Navigraph, but he's been using the Lido stuff, you know, the built-in stuff in the sim for 24.
Skywest 4805.
Haven't heard any complaints.
Los Angeles Center 127.1.
So maybe I should look into it. And then, like, I use my tablet for charts, but you can easily go to the website. You know, what is it? Something flight planner. I'll have to figure it out. I have followed him since his laptop time. You know I have it all. Oh man. Well, you started using the Phoenix not too long ago, right, Irishman? I think you had asking me about a tutorial and that I had made the startup tutorial. Alright, D-Cell's coming up soon.
Skywest 5596.
Alright, again, if you weren't in for the first half of the stream here, the first, the opening, we are going to do a next flight, and,
Southwest 1690.
I was going to do the Kodiak, but maybe I'm thinking of doing the 408 now, because it's been a minute since I've flown the
Contact
408,
SoCal approach, Southwest 1690.
especially on stream. I know, I made a video a while back ago about starting a series of, like, little short hops. I did 2 videos and I stopped. I just didn't find them engaging. I personally didn't find them engaging. I had fun doing them because the flights were cool, but via Mikey. Perfect.
Altimeter 29er.
So Mikey is right here.
ILS Yankee runway 08
We look at our
via
charts.
Mikey, Southwest 1690.
So here we are. Mikey's here. And then looks like we're going to be vectoring right after Mikey, runway 8 for the arrival. Exit to the right. Almost at 10,000. Can we watch that? Yeah, the Kodiak's amazing. Irishman, did you buy the McDo? Like the physical McDo from WinWing? With floats? Oh yeah. The floats are cool. I don't think I've used the floats in 2024. I guess we should probably leave these on condition or continuous. All right, 10,000 coming up, and at Silex, we want to be at what? 37, or sorry, 37, yeah. So I'm gonna put in 37 for the ELT. And then it's gonna tell us we're gonna be cleared for the ILS Yankee. So that's gonna tell us that we are cleared for that descent. I seem to sometimes goof that up. Not too expensive, still waiting. It is expensive for what it does for sure. I get this mixed kind of feelings. Like there's some days I'm like, I really, really want it. Other days I'm like, I don't need it. And I've talked myself out of it most of the time, and I still have. And I have not bought it, and I don't think I'm going to anytime soon. Like I can see why people are very interested into it. Like Jay Russ, like it's a perfect purchase for him. Although I think he uses a tablet that he can change out his configuration. But I understand why it's cool and all that. I just fly so many different planes. I know with multi-flight you can make it work, but it just seems like an awful lot of work.
Cleared direct Mikey. Cross Mikey at or above 7,000 feet. Cleared ILS Yankee runway 08
All right,
southwest.
we are officially cleared for our arrival. I feel like we're really high still. I'm going to go to VS. Cross Mikey at or above 7,000. All right, let's start we're gonna bring our descent a little bit more here. Bring back our speed. A little too much with that descent. Okay. It's the knobs that keep screwing. You have the physical, right? The panel? The wing panel? Who was the... Was it Fry? I think it was Fry that gave me the tip. With the physical buttons is push forward to let the plane control it. Pull it out for you to control it. So when you're pulling it towards you, it means you're controlling it. When you're pushing it forward, it means the plane's controlling it. You just bought APL? Not sponsored. Not sponsored. I'm just a big fan. Oh, in sim. Yeah. So in sim, arrow up means plane has it. Pull back, arrow down means you have it. That would be in sim. It's not showing up in here because that's not how this plane works, but... So up arrow means plane has it. Arrow back means, or arrow down means you have it. If that helps at all. Alright, let's prepare for arrival. You know what's interesting? I was watching a couple videos recently about some pilots getting ready for arrival, and I do the same thing they do. You kind of get set up in your seat, you're nice and straight, your back straight. And then like Missionary Bush pilot, watched him, and like what he talks about is that your arm is your left hand, if you're going to be flying with in the captain seat, your left elbow is planted firmly, so you have a nice pressure on it, so that you can easily control the yoke. I do the same thing in a sim. Alright, be right back. You're gonna miss the landing, PT. Not PT, Irishman, better hurry up. Alright, localizer should be capturing it momentarily. Looking pretty good on this approach. A little fast. I didn't check what our V speeds are gonna be, so let's go and get our V speeds. Performance. Oops, wrong button. We are landing runway 8. Alright, 137 plus 5 is 142. 142 on the arrival. I can probably just drop it in right away here because we're pretty fast. And let's bring that first notch of flaps a little early, but we'll make it work. So you're saying you do not receive a copy for free from APL, but your opinions are your own. That is 100% correct, P2. I have not been sponsored. I purchased everything in the sim. Everything everything for the sim, besides 2 planes, I have purchased. And both of those 2 planes that I have not purchased, one I won't talk about. The other one is I was part of the beta test team, and I don't ever fly the plane. So, if that tells you anything. All right, looking good there. Localizer is armed and checked, set. Flaps coming down, next notch. So at Buddy, we want to be at fully configured for the arrival. Just going to stow those speed brakes, arm them. Flaps 5 coming out. 235 you're expecting. I'm going to go 180. That's what I'm thinking, 180. A little low on the speed, let's bring it up a little bit. Let's go 160 on the arrival. Alright, we have, geez, it's going to be a complete, it's currently IFR condition, so we're going to go all autopilot pretty much for this arrival, so we're going to double for the autopilots, single channel there.
Contact tower 118.7, southwest 1690.
Thank gosh this is an ILS approach, because we're going to need it.
Burbank tower, southwest
Flaps coming down to 10,
ILS
gear
Yankee
coming down.
runway 08.
If you don't do the gear before it reaches 10, it's going to start gotcha. So I guess you don't. So I guess I won't thank APL for the opportunity to review this product at the end of your video either. Thank you, APL, for allowing me to purchase this product so that I can enjoy 911 flights with it. It's the best money. It's the best thing I could have bought for the sim, honestly. Like, that isn't a plane of scenery. Between that and BeyondATC, I've used both of them for hundreds of hours. Alright, flaps are coming down to 15. Alright, speed can now come down to 142. Flaps down to 25. And we're going to do a flaps 30 landing. Alright, check gear is down. Spoilers are armed. Flaps are set and checked at 30 officially. We have the auto marker. Autopilots are set and checked. Glide slope is confirmed, and we are on the localizer. Speed is looking good, 142. Oh crap. Thank you, Will. I'm a professional streamer. Professional streamer. I need to do like what Kip has, the auto window selecting. I'll set that up at some point. Alright, let's bring up BeyondATC. There's your BeyondATC. Alright. How are we looking here? What I say, 180? I'm expecting 180. Will's 235. Will has confidence in me, but I have too much confidence in myself. And I have a runway in sight. Barely. Just there. 1,000 call, checked, we are landing. I need to get a button configured for auto throttle disarm. I did have a bug with this yesterday where the auto throttle did not disarm. Again, boring, nice weather. Alright, so again, we're taxiing to the right, terminal's right there, so we don't really need to talk to BeyondATC for the landing. Obviously, technically we do, but we're not going to. Autopilot off. Don't worry, we're all gonna die. Thankfully, the wind is nice and calm.
500.
Checked.
Approaching minimums.
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 Landing. This is kind of a short runway.
200.
I'm gonna come in a little lower.
100.
Watch out, cars. Plane landing.
50. 30. 20. 10.
Hold it. Touchdown. Reversers are out. Stomp on those brakes. We paid for this runway, we're using it. Reversers stowed, flaps coming up. Welcome to Burbank, California, where the weather is California.
Southwest 1690, exit left at Delta 1.
Alright, they want us to exit left Delta 1.
Exit left at Delta 1, Southwest 1690.
We're exiting Delta 2. APU coming on. That was pretty cool. I had fun.
Southwest 1690, contact ground 123.9er.
Alright, then we're just going to exit over here.
Ground
What would this be?
123.9er, Southwest 1690, have a good one.
Delta 3? Oh no, this is probably an actual full taxiway. What is this? Alpha? Is that what this is? Oh no, we're gonna go on Alpha. Alright, I'm not gonna worry about talking to BeyondATC because terminal is honestly right there, and there's nowhere to park at Southwest Land. At least what I can tell. Nice landing. Do you prefer PMDG or the iFly? Honestly, the iFly. I love the PMDG 737, but that iFly is something special. I tell you what, it is... I have a heart now for... Where the hell am I going to park at? There's nothing there. I'm on the runway. Get off the runway, idiot. Alright, I don't know where we're parking. We'll find a spot. Pretty busy here. But the iFly, one, like, I love his flight physics. I love the sounds. Like, it has the Bose sound packs that come with it. And, it looks beautiful. Alright, there's a spot right there. That's where we're going. It's a really cool plane. Again, this PMDG is really, really good too. But if I had to choose between the two of them, I fly all the way. Alright, next flight, if anyone has recommendations between the 408 or the Kodiak, put them in chat. And then once we get out of the sim here, we'll make that call. But I'm leaning towards the 308. Leaning towards the 308, or sorry, the 408 right now. There's no gate here, so I'm not going to worry about that. Go up here to the top. APU is connected. Send these to off. Ground's now on. Go on down below here. Alright, we'll disconnect a pilot's, or sorry, BeyondATC. And we'll see what we got with a pilot's life. Alright, we have a landing rate of what? Oh, it's not going to show up on your screen. Alright, well, 98. Oh, man. Oh, wow, that's a hard one. Jeez. 333. Ouch. But the landing force was good, 1.1, so the G's were good. It's just, it was a little rough run of landing. I knew it was a shorter runway, so I kind of wanted to get on the ground. I didn't want to float too much. That's unfortunate. Well, 98 overall. Not bad, I'll take it. The 408. iFly is the only Boeing I would fly. Is that real life? Oh boy. Welcome in. I won't say your name, Mr. Ford. We got 408 and we got Kodiak. Alright, we got 2 votes. We got a Kodiak, 2 votes, and we got 1 vote for the 408. We need 1 more vote. Ouch for the P2. 1 more vote. Next flight is... we're going to Hawaii. Hawaii. Honolulu to... I can't even say that. So that's why it's a short hop. What are we thinking? You'll be hearing from my lawyer from paying my back surgery expenses. 408 Kodiak. 408 Kodiak. We got 2 Kodiak, 1 408. Will we have to do a flip a coin thing? Alright, let's see. Flip a coin. Loading up APL, giving it a shot. Good luck. Alright. We're gonna go heads. Hawaii Kodiak. We're gonna go heads. Let me bring it up here. Oh, what's going on? Go away. APL, gotta go away. Button pushed. All right. Heads, Kodiak, tails, 408. Ready? Flipping. It's tails, 408. 408 for the win. All right, there we go. Done deal. 408. 408. What's the weather like in 9 and... Oh, that's gotta be a crappy one. This is gonna be, I'm not doing the FedEx livery for this one. We're gonna change our livery. Let's do a passenger flight. And let's do, I kind of like this one. No, that's not that one. Where's the red one? There it is. This one. Yeah, I kind of like this one. I wish it was a little bit different reds, though. Let's look at this real quick. Oh, I think this is the one I like, the blue one. I like this one, yeah. This one's cool. I'll go with that one. Unsubscribed. Alright. We'll go Kodiak. Since the Kodiak's a paid aircraft, we'll go Kodiak. Going against the coin flip. Alright, here's the cool Kodiak liveries. And I like the red and black one here. This is a cargo flight. Cargo livery, but I really like this one. This is my favorite. I caved under pressure. Caved under pressure. My apologies to Irishman. I caved under pressure. We're going Kodiak. Irishman's unsubscribing now. Alright. PHNL. Honolulu. Oh, it's still dark here, huh? Oh boy. Listen too much to scrap unsubscribed. Alright, let's see. Winds are coming from the east. So we can be departing runway 4 right, so let's just depart over here. Alright, and let's go fly. Actually, I was having some issues with my controls with the Kodiak, so hopefully that's rectified. Now that I think about it. Hopefully that's rectified. Alright, let me change the pilot's life. And for this one, we can choose the 308 as the plane. And it will do everything just fine. Or sorry, 208. Cessna 208, which is the Caravan. And altitude, I don't know, we're not going that far. Let's go 8,000. Make up our own game here. We're not going to use BeyondATC for this flight. All right, next vote is, should we keep it dark or should we change the weather? Wondering what's the app you use for missions? Native in 2020, no, a Pilot's Life. A Pilot's Life Chapter 2 is what that is. It is a add-on from a Simbit World, or sorry, Simbit World. And there's the website for that. That's it, mic drop, I'm out. Joe and his magic coin from the circus. Sunrise, ooh. Yeah, I like that P2. Let's go sunrise. All right, let's change the weather. Which one's sunrise? Here we go, wrong way. Wrong way, you idiot. Should we go, how about that? That's beautiful. Yeah, buddy. This is the default Honolulu, I believe. I think I have a reware for the arrival airport. Although it's been a while since I've been in Canada, in Honolulu. Joe, they started up flights again. Who started up flights again? What are you talking about? All right, let's see. What do we got going on here? All right, so first step is avionics in this beautiful plane. And we click this little button over here. Now, I had an issue with my... yeah, I still have an issue with my stupid conditioner. I can't get it to work in this plane. 4K, what is the issue? What time is it? It's early for me. I got some time still. Alright, nothing to worry. I'm going to take a couple moments, see if we can troubleshoot this live on stream, because that's the professional way to do it. Alright, so we have the Bravo selected. Oh, that's why. So let's go to Kodiak. There we go. That should fix that issue. Why is this so big? Why can't they make it smaller? I thought you could make it smaller. It's gigantic. Alright, go away. There we go. It's fixed. Okay. And... I'm not sure. That's kind of broken, though. That's fine. That works. Alright, next step is we want to... oh, we didn't put it on our flight plan. You idiot. Alright, so we're going to go direct to... PHOG. OG. Enter, enter. Cool. Alright, we have our flight plan going to our airport. Beautiful. The weather is overcast at 47, so that should be fine. And I think we're grand from that point. We're going to put an altitude of 8,000 for our climb out of here. Good. Alright, next step is we can click on this guy and go to GPS, bring that down, and then we should be able to start up our engines. We're going to watch our ends here once it hits to about 20. I'm not sure why it does that double sound there. Introduce a fuel. Uh-oh. Why is it doing? What are you doing? Oh. We're having some technical issues. Alright, go away. What the hell? Starter, avionics, ignition on. Did I just cook the engine? I don't know why it was doing the double. Why isn't it starting up? Alright, let's just do... I can't get the plane to turn on. Oh, I know what I'm doing wrong. Oh my gosh. Complete idiot here. I forgot one crucial step. That's up here. You gotta turn on the fuel tanks, you stupid. Alright, let's try this again. Engine start. I still don't know why it's doing the double clicks though. Introduce fuel. Fuel's introduced. Oh my gosh. Look away, children. And props up. Holy smokes. Alright. We're under control. Everything is fine. The plane has started. Gen failure. Alright. That's going away. Alright, we're okay. We're okay. This just shows you how it's been a while since I've flown this plane. Ignition can be turned off. Keep that on. Good, good, good. Lights good. Fantastic. Bypass is on. And I can't see what angle our props are at. We want to bring our props back a little. Conditioner pump. Alright, conditioner set. Flaps, we're going to go flaps to departure. Alright, I think we're under control. Struggling the rook. It's been a little bit. Okay. And let's go. Runway is behind us. Taxi lights on. A pilot's light is set and checked as well. Looking good. Oh god, the wind is crazy here. 17 not a... That can't be right. It's saying the wind is 17 knots. That's pretty dangerous. Although a pilot's life's telling me it's 9 knots. Alright, landing lights on. Conditioner's full. Oh yeah, it is windy. Look at that. Holy Christ. Okay. Alright, folks. The Kodiak and me do not fly very well with wind. Thankfully, it's a headwind. Thankfully, it's a headwind. Alright, and let's stop right here. Let's go down here, turn that on. Nav is set as well. We'll do V-speed up in the sky. Alright, folks, here we go. Throttle's coming up. I should have taken 408. It's gonna be a disaster. Alright, everything in the green, everything's stable. Release those brakes. Let's go flying. Oh, the wind's saying 10 now, so something's weird going on. Unless it's gusting up to 17, but I didn't set the trim. Bring up that nose. And we're airborne just like that. Oh, it wasn't bad at all. All of a sudden, a big gust happens. Alright, let's go ahead and make our way over to the side here. I know we're turning a little early, but you know what? We're in a sim. Alright, all looking stable. Let's go over here and adjust our V. Oh, hold on. Where's the button? Push the button. Vertical speed, let's go 1,000 feet. And apparently I don't have a yaw damper button clicked yet, so yaw damper is where? Yaw. Yaw? Where the hell is yaw damper? Nav, approach, heading, belt. Where is yaw damper? Oh, here it is. Yaw damper set and checked. Alright, flaps up 1 notch. And flaps fully up. Let's get on course. Wind is gone. Yeah, I don't understand what... The wind was showing me 17, now it's showing me 12. I'll get the wind on here. Let me get things settled. I should have changed this back to normal. Alright, let's get on the flight path. Full flaps up. We have advisory. This Kodiak is a fun plane to fly, though. I did this plane on my around the world trip twice, honestly. Almost twice. There's that wind. Alright, AP is on. Engine inlet is normal. Why do we have an advisory? I'm not sure why it keeps yelling at us about advisory. Alright, so one thing to keep in mind if you do GA flights with a pilot's life is that you do want to turn your lights off once you get to cruise, else it thinks that you forgot to turn them off, even when you don't need to turn them off. Okay, so then down here we can go to PFM, or PFD, wind. I like option number 2, right? No, I like 3. So wind's 20 knots. Pretty much pretty close to headwind. It's off to the side a little bit, but nothing too terrible. Alright, so now we have our wind indicator. We got some rain. Here's Honolulu down below us. That's a beautiful plane. So the plane is considered a STOL aircraft. SKOL. So short takeoff and landing is what this plane can do. It doesn't need a lot, as you saw there with that departure. It doesn't need a lot for the runway. Kind of just does its own thing. All right, here's our flight. Looks long, but it's not really long. Once we get some ETA, we have ETA here, so 36 minutes. So it's about your typical flight here on the stream. I don't think we really need to go up to 8,000, honestly. We can probably... We have some mountains here, but they're going to be to the side. We do have mountains here. Landing, if the wind stays the same, we're going to probably have to go around this mountain and come in for the landing there. Which would be, what, runway, I don't know, 3? I'm not quite sure what runway it is, so let's take a look at the computer. So we can go to Flight Planner. We can import our information here. So we departed from PHNL, Honolulu, and I don't know what runway it took off from. We landing at airport PHOG. And they're saying runway 2. Okay, so runway 2's our expected arrival. And let's see, so we get our charts here. Arrival, let's see, how do we switch run airports again? Oh crap, just cleared out of our flight plan. How do I bring it back? It's been a minute since I've used this. Save charts, let's clip charts, navigation, Euro fuel, I think, how the hell do we do it again? Oh, here. Alright. Charts. Arrivals. Did it say runway 3? Or, no, what was it? Runway 2, right? Runway 2. Okay. So, info. Okay, well, that's weird. It's just an update. Arrival runway 2. We have our stars. Here's our approach. We have a ILS, thankfully. Here's our charts. Radio frequency 1101. I'm going to put that in our computer. 1101. So we have nav data. 1101 on number 2. I'm going to come in at 3,000. Cool. Alright, go back. Let's clip that one. So we're going to save that one to our thingy. And then airport information, we also want, I'm not sure, what's the difference between AFC and AGC? Okay, so here's ground. So ground, airport ground chart, airport ground chart versus airport flight chart. Maybe? Interesting. Alright, let's clip that one as well, so we have that. So on our landing runway 2, terminals over here, we're technically cargo, so we'll just exit to the right and park right here. Okay, sounds like a plan to me. We're going to keep at... Oh, this is beautiful looking. We're going to keep at... Look at that. Look at that. That's a screenshot. Man. I don't know what it looks like on y'all's screen, but... having an OLED HDR monitor, this looks absolutely incredible. Like, this sunrise here... It is super white here. Or, yeah, bright and white. It's so cool. And then, like, the dark clouds. This is something epic. Man. It's been almost 5 years since the release of Flight Sim 2020. And we are... what, 8 months into 2024, and there are still these moments where you're, like... blown away by the visuals with Flight Sim. And I've been recently seeing a lot of X-Plane pictures up on Reddit, you know, saying, wow, you know, X-Plane is much better looking than Flight Sim. I don't know about that. This looks pretty impressive. Dang, I was gone 15 minutes and you're already in this air. P2, you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss that I forgot how to start up this plane. And by start up, I mean introducing fuel into the plane. You did not miss that whatsoever. The cool part about being in a G aircraft is you want to spend a lot more time outside and looking at this beautiful, beautiful scenery. Now I know right now we're flying over water, and the entire flight will mostly be over water. Whoa, who's flying the plane? Where the hell's the pilot at? Alright, this welcome aboard Kodiak 100, the very first AI flight. Your captain is Rory. He is your AI co-pilot, and or sorry, here's your AI pilot, and you don't see him. Rory is in the system. He is built into the computer right here. Rory is your pilot and your co-pilot on today's Kodiak 100 flight. Man, this is so cool looking. Tell you what, like, SWS nailed it with this plane. Absolutely nailed it. Coming in some clouds. Man, it would be so cool to have SimFX. But I guess we're not getting that in 2024. Anytime soon. He was refueling. AI ghost plane. The capitalists have achieved their wet dreams. No human flying. Oh, that was good, P2. Oh, man. Yeah, we went from going to having no co-pilot to having no pilots. He said the hell with that. Alright, we're at our cruising altitude at 8,000 feet. And we're expected to be on the ground in 25 minutes. You're only ranked 221 on APL leaderboard. Shame on you. You know, I'm surprised I'm not higher. I am really surprised I'm not higher. Alright, I'm gonna step away for just a second. The cat's staring at me because she wants some food, so uno momento. And we are making a turn. Winds are 10 knots on our arrival, coming from the north, so not too terrible. Not too terrible. Get an automated feeder. It's a blessing. So we give our cats, well, primarily give at least my cat, wet food. I know there's an automated feeder for that, but she also is a diabetic cat, and she also has some issues with her belly. So I break up her breakfast into 3 sections. So she gets a little sliver in the early morning before my wife leaves, and then when I get up, you know, like a half hour later, I'll give her another little sliver, well, a bit bigger of a sliver, and then before I leave to work, I'll give her the remainder part of it. But she, in the mornings, it seems to be her biggest issue is she just kind of sometimes overeats or eats too fast or something. But I know there's like a wet food one you can get, like an auto feature for that, but it works. Alright, you can see we're at this crab. Oh, we're only at this crab because of, guess what? The rudder is set over to the side there. So if we readjust that, the plane will stabilize now. And we can see we do have a headwind of 13 knots, so nothing too terrible. P2, I'm going to make that... I want to make that channel now. Let's see, Canada... Can I do capital letters? Canada series. Crazy. Why does Discord not let you do capital letters? That's wild. All right. So P2, I made the Canada one. So if you'd like to, if you have a chance, go ahead and put in your suggestions for the route for the Canada series, and we might even start that tomorrow, if you have time, obviously. Oh yeah, P2 has Discord too. Let's join his Discord. And well, Peach, you have a really cool Discord compared to mine. My boring Discord. Alright, let's see. Oh, I see your message now, Irishman. I have way too many Discords. I am, like, way too much stuff going on. Do you want to go from east to west or random? Let's see. I like to go east to west. Yeah, east to west. I think east to west would be better because I typically fly, at least when I stream, it's in the mornings. So if I go east to west, it will be daytime. You know, it'd be, by the time I get into the air, it would be, you know, sun's already risen. Well, at least around this time. And then eventually towards the tail end, it will go, obviously, to dusk. Or not dusk, but, you know, sun rising. Alright, this will be the official P2 routes. We'll see. I don't know if we'll do it tomorrow for sure, but tomorrow I will be streaming normal time. Well, not as early as today. Today was extra early because I wanted to do the 2 flights. But tomorrow, probably... Well... Yeah, maybe like 9 a.m. Central Time. So probably our normal time. And we'll see what we do. We might do... we might start the Canada series, or I might do flights, or I might do video flights on that one, like recorded flights. We'll kind of see. I'll have to determine what I want to do, and then well, either way, we'll definitely do some pilot side flights for sure. Because I have on the docket here my next flight after this. I have New Orleans to Atlanta, so Atlanta would be. I don't like flying in Atlanta. I really don't. I don't know why. Well, I do know why. The Sim Atlanta, like, performance hit, I don't like it. But the flight after that is Orlando to Fort Lauderdale, which could be fun. and then I'm skipping the last 3 flights because they're all really long ones. Unless I decide to do a 777 flight or a 350 flight. Hey, Jay Russ, welcome in. Whoa, did YouTube pull that information on its own? They were last playing, go check out his channel. Huh. That's definitely not a 7... This is the mini 737. Welcome in, Jay Russ. I was talking about you earlier. Welcome on in. Yeah, so today we did the 737 to start off with, and then I want to do a second flight because this was a short hop with the pilot's life. So we're in Hawaii, doing a short little island hop. This is technically a Southwest flight, but I figured this would be a cool GA flight. We don't do a lot of GA flying here, and we're getting some really cool weather, or not weather, well, cool weather, but also some very cool visuals today. I'm also getting a stupid frame generation issue, so the stream might disappear for a second. Alright, not really fixed, but oh well. Okay, so we are 15 minutes from our arrival, and we are 41 nautical miles out, so what are we at? 8,000 divided by 320. So we want to start a descent at 32 nautical miles out, roughly. And I'm a little nervous here because there are some mountains. I'm a bit nervous about that. Welcome in, Maddie. Love the Kodiak. Yeah, I love this Kodiak. I was saying earlier, I used this flight, or this plane, for my around the world tour twice, primarily twice, and then I did like around the U.S., around Europe, and this was like my go-to plane. I love the FSR as well. I wouldn't mind actually considering doing a around the world with like the 408, or maybe kind of bounce it up between all of them. Kodiak, the 408, the PC-12, when the NG comes out. Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Maybe take the Duke. The Duke's a cool plane. Welcome in, Maddie, to the Discord as well. We have Canada series, so start your flight in St. John's. That's the most it's the easternmost airport in Canada. Then we got Gander because it's where many U.S. planes landed during 9/11. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Next stop would be what's it? Fredericton Airport. Oh, Goose Bay. Ooh, Halifax. Yeah. Oh, this sounds really cool. I'm excited. The Octavie, is how you pronounce it? Octavie? Made flying the G1000 so much nicer. Wish they had a full backlit, but it's a nice piece of hardware. Yeah, I've thought about it actually. Now, I can use, well, not for the G1000, but like, there is a plug-in for the Stream Deck that allows you to control a lot of the G1000 stuff. So you can do like range, you can do, I think you do top of descent, not top of descent, but the direct to, the menu buttons. So there's a lot of buttons that allows you to control with it. I was taking the Bonanza, New York to South Africa. What? New York to South Africa? Oh, okay, you're going up around, okay. I was like, are you crossing the entire ocean? Gotta go have a meeting. Good luck on the meeting, P2. We'll see you for the next stream tomorrow around the same time. We'll determine what we're gonna do though. I haven't quite decided if we're gonna do the Canada tour, or if we'll if that will be a recorded one. I'm kind of leaning towards recorded. I think it'd be kind of cool to do like some cinematic shots on the flight. I think that might be better than stream. Or we can do like a group flight, I suppose. We can do group flying. Everyone likes doing group flying. But the multiplayer is not great in 2024. Alright, looks like we're starting to finally break out of these clouds. We can also start our descent. I'm going to go ahead and go to heading select here, and we're going to go around this mountains ahead of us so we don't die. So I'm going to go right around there. We'll go to heading mode. That doesn't... Oh yeah, that works. Okay, cool. Alright, and then we can go ahead and... What was our altitude for the arrival? Let's check that real quick again. Yeah, welcome in, Manning. This is going to be GA right now. We're going to do a... this is our... One of the very few GA routes our flights we do. How do I get the pinned ones again? I'm so out of touch with... Here it is. Okay. I got to relearn. It's been so long since I used the in-game charts. Alright, 3,000. So we're going to go 2,400 on the altitude. Alright, got that set. And then for the VS... And now we should have an arch. Yep, we do. Cool. Cool. Alright, then we're going to go over here, and then we're going to put in our arrival. So we're going to go procedures, approach, ILS Yankee, and we'll go, camps should be fine, because that was on the charts. So camps. Minimums I'm not concerned about. Frequency we already have checked. We can activate it. Not approved for, that's fine. Okay. And let's zoom on out here, and now we should have an arrival. Cool. So now we can go back to nav mode, and it should bring us in just fine. So at camps we want to be at 3,000, right? So we verify that here on the charts. Camps 3,000, so we're going to put in 3,000 for our altitude. We can adjust our VS a little bit. To about there. Cool. Alright, landing, overcast, 600, scattered, 500. Christ. Alright, this is going to be interesting. It's going to be some crappy weather. Alright, not only do we have the clouds to worry about, but we also have the wind to deal with. Looks like our arrival got pushed back a little bit as well. Must be the wind. My guess, at least, the wind messing with it. Ooh, Irishman, yeah, it's a really cool livery. Why is my... Alright, cool. Alright, all looking grand. Nothing to see here, folks. We have a lot of water below us. We have a lot of clouds around us. But it is beautiful looking. Hey, land ahoy. Alright, so 3,000 there, and then it was Tebs, I think, was 24. Yeah, Tebs is 24. Alright. At least you have an idea of what we're doing here. I can probably go direct to Tebs in all honesty. Yes, beautiful clouds. Dark. Look at that. There's no there's nothing to see. They got some. I think we're seeing, barely seeing a coastline there. I need to add in this stupid no handle, no what's it called? Handlebar up here. So I'm back in Sim Update 2 because Sim Update 3 was causing me a lot of crashes, a lot of CTDs. I'm waiting for the next update. I saw that they had an update for the Sim Update for Flight Sim 2020, but nothing for 2024 yet. Kind of just waiting on that before I consider jumping to the next Sim Update 3 beta. Yeah, I think we might just go direct to Tebs once we kind of get around this mountain. I'll wait until we get over here to, what's that, Elo? Yeah. We'll wait until we get over there, and then we'll make our direct over to Tebs. And then we should be good for the arrival. Winds are up to 16 now, but we're still showing 10, at least with our METAR. Well, actually, isn't there METAR with the charts here? How does one do such things? Weja. Alright, here we go. So, yep, same weather I currently have, at least on my charts. 2999 for the altimeter, 29 with the temperature, scattered at 500, overcast at 600. We have some rain in the facility. Winds are there, visibility 8.69. Scattered clouds, no crap. Yeah. It's not too friendly. Alright, but I do see the coastline here, so that's good news. Where do we exit now? Let's look at our charts again. So airport, ground. Oh yeah, we're going to exit to the right, so Kilo. I don't think we need that far, though. We can probably exit here at Echo. What's the charts? What's it yelling about down here? HS2. Runway holding position marking. Okay, that's fine. So this is a STOL aircraft, so we should be able to exit Echo. And then we can park over here. Or we can... No, yeah, it's going to be Echo only. Oh, there's Foxtrot here. It looks like 2. Why is that one colored? Hot cargo ramp? Why is that in color? I don't understand Lido charts. Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand what that means. Alright, let's go. I think we're ready for direct, huh? Let's go ahead and go to heading. Flop that over the tabs. We're going to go right about there. Let's go to heading mode. And then we're going to go to CTD. We're going to go to localizer. And what's our heading for the arrival runway? Runway 2 is the arrival. So we go back to runway 2. No, sorry, approaches. ILS 2 Yankee. And our heading is... Where's headings on the Lido chart here? 024. Doesn't it say it somewhere else? Huh. Interesting. Okay. 024 for the heading. Or for the course. .024. Looks like yours is set in there. Cool. Fantastic. And then we can arm the approach. In theory, we're above the glide slope right now, but in theory, it will capture the localizer. and all should be grand. Let's go and adjust our VS. Actually, let's adjust our speed, bring our speed back down a little bit. And then we'll also adjust our VS. So we're dropping down, not, oh, actually we want to go down to 24, so let's adjust our altitude as well, so 2.4 for the altitude. And actually it's looking pretty good. So we'll keep it where it is. We're going to keep our heading where it is as well, so we should intercept the localizer. I'm trying to figure out the charts. I don't use the default charts very often. I need to learn it though, because I might be able to save a lot of money if I use the default charts. Alright, here's the big old mountain we were worried about. What was the volcano that recently erupted? Was that in Hawaii? We have some wind farm going on there, some solar power. Airport is in sight, beautiful, grand. So we're landing this runway here. We're going to exit to the right. It's not bad weather here. What the hell are they talking about? Am I reading the charts wrong? Or the weather? Oh, 6,000, not 600. Idiot. Oh, I forgot to do my landing lights too, so I'm going to get docked on those points. Dang it. Alright, altimeter check 2999. Beautiful. Localizer should capture any moment now. There it is, cool. Alright, let's bring back the throttle. Now the Kodiak, you want to come in at about 80 knots. About 80 knots. We're still a little bit from the airport, so I'm not terribly concerned at this moment, so I'll let that speed just kind of slowly come on back down. And the next step is get our glide slope to be captured. You can see it slowly kind of dropping there. I'm going to give it a little bit of help. You had one job. Alright, looking pretty good. And okay, all looking stable. We're gonna bring that speed back just a little bit. Now typically you want to land about 60 knots with the Kodiak, but we are having a 10 knot headwind. So I'm gonna come in a little bit faster, maybe around 70. Is what I'm looking at for touchdown. And it is going to be a slight crosswind, so we want to be really cautious, because if we come in too hot, the plane's going to want to tip over. So we got to do a really fine balancing act when we come in on this approach. All right, let's bring that speed back. Gonna get flaps out still. Probably 9 a.m. Central Time. So probably our normal time. Now with the Kodiak, you see this little sensor here? When it's centered like this, when you saw all the dots are in the middle, like the clustered, it means it's on a perfect path for descent. Now I'm not too concerned because, again, we are on a glide slope path. Our glide slope, so the plane's gonna control the glide slope. What we're trying to balance out right now is find the best speed on this path so the plane's not pitching down too much. Alright, flaps down 2. And we're gonna do a full flap landing. Bring up that nose. We don't want to lose too much speed. You can see it's a fine balancing act here. The winds really drop down, but it's gusting. Seems like it's gusting. It drops down to 5, then it gusts. So let's see, flaps 108 for the speed, so we're looking good there. We're still a little bit out yet, so I'm going to keep the flaps where we are until we get closer to. Yeah, I'll get for sure. I'll get the time up this U.S. Well, I don't know, in 9 hours, 9-ish hours or so. You'll be sleeping. But when you wake up, you should see the time on there. But I'm guessing about around 9 a.m. Central Time, U.S. I'm gonna let this kind of plane guide itself in a lot of this way, just because of the wind. Alright, full flaps are out. So when you bring out the flaps, the plane does want to lose speed. We are really bouncy up here. Alright, just monitoring that speed. You can see we lost a whole bunch of speed there all of a sudden because of the wind. Again, fine balancing act. Very fine. It's a really fun plane to fly because you have to do a lot more coordination. And that's even with an autopilot on. I'm not even hand flying yet. Alright, watch the speed. Getting slow. But don't overcorrect. Because we are in a turbine engine, so it does take a little bit of time for the engines to spool up. Or for the engine to spool up. Good. Steady. Wind's all the way up to 15 knots. Jesus. Alright, folks. I think it's time to go AP off. Slightly off the glide slope. Alright, AP's off my aircraft. We go nosedive there for some reason. Alright, see how much I gotta fight this plane.
500.
Trying to find the perfect balance here. Readjust to trim. Give it a little bit more speed. Very fine balancing act with this Kodiak. But that's the beauty of it. It's a lot of fun to kind of find out what works best. And then, of course, each weather condition is going to matter too. Perfect drone flying. Alright, I feel like I'm coming a little too hot, so I'm going to bring the throttle down just a little bit. But again, not too much. You just got to be really cautious. Alright, this is not a paid wear or anything. This is definitely free default sim. I thought I had an add-on. That might have been in 2020. Might have been the last time I flew in Hawaii. Honestly. Alright, a little low, but that's fine. I'm taking it. Now we're just going off of our visual cues. Alright, bring back the throttle. Okay. Throttle, slowly going back. Not a whole lot. Let the plane settle. Let it settle. Settle. Slowly bring it down. Touchdown. And then bring in a little bit of trim. No, whoa, calm down, calm down. Take it easy. Hold it, hold it. Plane wants to easily flip over. Alright, give it a little bit of brakes. And we're on the ground. Whew, that was scary. Alright, flaps coming on it. Landing lights are off. Welcome to, I can't even say the name of this airport, so another island in Hawaii. Slow it down. So you got that wind coming from the north, so we gotta be very careful because that wind could easily push us over. It's a light plane. It's not like crazy light compared to like the 172 or anything, but it's still enough wind that could easily push our plane over. You almost crashed. Well, see you tomorrow. Thanks for everything. Thanks for the gifted subs as always. But yeah, we're gonna see what a pilot's life says. I'm very curious what that landing rate was. Oh, I think I think I'm alright. I thought I just got a speeding violation. Alright, we're just gonna park right here. So again, this is a cargo flight. Now the cool thing with the Kodiak is you can load in cargo in the back. Like, I don't know if I can do it through the menu here. Which button is it? Oh, do I not have a button for that? Is it here? Plane? Let's see if it works. No, it's... Oh, hold on. There we go, yeah. So you can load things in the Kodiak, which is really, really cool. Like that. And then you can, of course, obviously lower... If you don't want as many boxes, you know, lower it. And the same with people. See, now it's lower. It's less stuff in the back. I think it's really cool. And the doors open and all that jazz, too. Click the button. Or it should open. Not, of course, when your engine on. Alright, let's cut the engine. That's a really fun plane. I really love this plane. This is one of my all-time favorite planes in the sim. For sure. For sure that is. Alright, let's see what we got in a pilot's life. Great steam. We got to fly together one day. Yeah, for sure. Definitely. I think I'm kind of leaning towards kind of like a mixture of recorded videos for the Canada series and then group flights. Okay, so we had a 98 on that flight, and the landing rate was a minus 65. Minus 65. I'll take it. And I got dinged for the freaking taxi lights, and I got dinged for the landing lights. My taxi lights were off on shutdown. That's crazy. I don't understand. But either way, really cool 2 flights. Tomorrow we'll see. I don't know exactly what we're going to do for our flights on the dock right now. If I don't do it tonight, I don't know if I will or won't, but I have New Orleans to Atlanta. I'll bring it up on the screen so you can see. New Orleans to Atlanta, and then we have Orlando to Fort Lauderdale, which I think that will be a stream flight. Pretty sure that'll be a stream flight. And these final 3, unless y'all want me to really do a 777 flight or a 350 flight, I'll likely cancel out. So we'll kind of determine in the morning to see how things work out and what the audience would like us to do. But as always, thanks for watching today's stream. A lot of fun. Really cool 2 flights. 2 great planes. Great simulator. And we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in.